So I wanted a knife, but sadly, I didn't have any. So I just had to make my own. Out of rusty steel and a random piece of wood.
First, we gotta start off somewhere, man. We got wood and we got metal. Rusty metal. Now, the funny thing here, actually, is this is a piece of random metal I found, which is probably 25 years old or something. And this is just a new piece of wood I found randomly, recently, again, yeah. Anyway, the coincidence is that they're both the same exact shape, length, and width, which is the hugest coincidence I've ever seen in my life, but it's also the best coincidence in my life, which means this will be 10 times easier to make, and it will make my life easy. Yeah. So then again, we also have a piece of metal that has holes in it. Excuse design, it looks cool. What I'm just gonna do is cut right here, make that stupid shape I made with that retarded sword I made. And then we'll just make a hole in here, which is gonna be a slot, and then we're gonna slide this in. I'm gonna use these holes to advantage and put screws through the wood, through this, and actually make it look presentable than rather last time when we just had two big-ass bolts coming out of a sword handle to be exact, which is worse. First, I'm gonna get that piece of crap out of the way. What we need to do first is unrust this with this unruster thingy with yeah, bench grinder. We're just gonna unrust it so it looks kind of cooler, better. Then after, I need to get a better camera. Then after that, we're gonna cut the blade out with a sawzall or jigsaw or something. And then we're gonna cut the thing out so we can actually start sharpening it and stuff. Okay, let's do this. Ah, this is my favorite shirt. I like to believe that's good enough. Yep, now if I stand corrected enough, I should be able to draw out the line I cut metal from. Is this the best? No, it's not the best. I don't know where or what I was going for, but it's obviously not good. So now I'm gonna do what I like to call here a random ass gamer move. What the hell am I talking about? I'm kind of just gonna cut whatever the hell, like, the blade feels like cutting throughout one of these, like, shapes and just hope it comes out well. It probably won't. By the way, guys, I actually, after 3 years of using this camera, just found out, the mode, you know, like the mode, you put it on black and white, or pop, or colors, or contrast, yeah, you know that. Well, apparently it was on colors pop for 3 years, and I haven't realized those settings was on that, making the lighting terrible as fuck. Well, now we have good lighting, and we have good video quality, because I decided to read my camera's instructions for literally like a single second, and found out why my camera is really bad. Oh my god, why did it take this so long? I'm like, actually stupid, like, really? I just remembered how loud that is, and how painful it is for metal to strike your skin, your bare skin, while it's at 1,000 degrees. But you know, that's fine, I've done it before, and I survived. Might have a bit of radiation in my skin, but it's fine. Motherfucker. Now we have a basic Now we have a basic shape. Now we just gotta shave the retard thing. I need to stop using that word. We gotta start shopping to Shokushin. That sounds even dumber. We have to get circle out of blade. So basically, we're just gonna shave and smoothen this part. It should be gone. After that, we can get to like, oh, good. Flipping voice crack. We can, I guess, start sharpening it and whatnot. I don't know. I'm just gonna leave that up to Future Derek again. Yay! Hey, yo, I'm back. It's Future Derek. It's been like a week. Spider-Man decided he wanted to come all over my work place. Like already it kind of looks like a jizz stain already, but he just made it worse. Since I'm back, I have to deal with past Derek's problems, which is this blade. I'm kind of just gonna wing it and see what funny shape I can get from this. Boom, just like that, we got a blade shape. Boom screw, as you see, we got a nice curve in it, and now all we gotta do is what do we do now? So the problem now with the knife is it's rusty, and rust looks ugly as hell. And another thing is the sides are still kind of riggedy-raggedy. That's pretty much fine. I can just file that down when I get to sharpening it or whatnot. Right now, we just really need to clean the blade from it being rusty looking and it looking like me. So I guess we're just gonna, I don't know, shave it a bunch of times through, but I'm Derek. Whoa, what the fuck? It's a tornado! Yo! Scratchy, spongy thing. That's what we're gonna be using. I don't even know how to use it. I'm kind of... I don't even know what I'm doing. I'm just trying to polish this, but I don't know how to, so...
Now, after several hours of hard work, I finally made the blade look kind of nice.
I'm trying my best. This is the result. Yeah, I don't know how to shine blades.
Now that we have this pretty blade, we can finally go on to our next steps.
First, we gotta get this piece of wood. Check, we got the piece of wood. Now, we're gonna only use pretty much these 3 holes. This one can go screw itself, I guess. We're just gonna line it up like that, mark down on the blade where we need to cut or whatnot, and then we're just gonna put a slot through the middle. First, we make a line. Then after that, we get this thingy and we start edging through it and whatnot so we can make a little slice or cut, and then we can get a bigger blade and you know, we got the thing I was talking about. Boom, look at it. It's a whole slot thingy. Now we just gotta get a bigger blade and cut through the whole thing or whatnot, you know, hey hey. Blade thingy. Blade. Shit. The wind just blew sawdust into my eyes. Dude, it is windy out here. Christ! Now, since we have a good hole, we're gonna mark where deep we need to cut, just so we don't need to... we're gonna mark the area on here to show how deep we need to cut so we don't overdo the work we actually need to do for this blade. Now we got a little black mark on our sword, yay. Why is that there? Oh, it's just for design. It's not like I forgot to take it off when finishing the blade. As you see, I made a little mess up, and it's a crooked slot now. I'm gonna fix that in the finishing product when I make the slot bigger and I can just carve that out and whatnot, you know. I'm gonna need a lot of these tools. And I'm probably gonna need a bigger one of this. Yay. Now I can see that you guys are already bored watching me cut and crap. You don't want to see any of that emo whack. So I'm just gonna skip to the part of the video when this is actually all the way down to here. Oh, well, if you look at that, it's a hole all the way down to the thing. Oh, movie magic. Now all we gotta do is just make the slot big enough to fit this in there. So I found this. This is not going to go well, especially when wind is blowing sawdust in your eye. Right, you got these. Okay. FYI to everyone, breathing in sawdust isn't the best thing ever. It hurts your lungs, so don't try it. Unless you're a crackhead. Ooh, we're getting close. Just gotta shave the inside a lot, and after we do that, we can fit the blade in there, and hopefully it will fit in there and be a blade. Yeah. Then we can go on to making the holes on the inside, so we can actually hold the blade in place. We're almost there. We just need a little bit more. Oh my god, it's a knife. Anyway, we got a big hole now. We have a big slot now. We can finally fit the knife in there pretty snug and nice. Now, what do we gotta do? We got to precisely place these holes onto the wood and hopefully, we don't crack the wood. So there's a lot of things we still gotta do with this piece of wood. For instance, I can't talk to that. We gotta make the handle shorter so it looks proportional to the blade. Because if this is just long and this is just shorter than the handle, it's gonna look weird, man. It's gonna look like a chode. Come on, let's be serious for once. So yeah, we might want to chop that down just a tiny bit, but not too much. Another thing we want to do, we want to smooth the whole thing, but we're not going to do that until we put the holes in there and cut this off. So what we need to do right now is lace the holes. Lace that down. Now there's a marker on the blade, so I can see how much of the blade is in the areas where I want to put a nail in. Now we have 3 marks. Now I just gotta get a drill and drill through it and hope for the best. So to prevent cracking the piece of wood, I'm gonna go slowly and go from a small bit into a bigger bit. Okay, we're gonna use this small bit first and then drill through here. Then after we have a hole, we take this bigger bit and then I'm gonna drill through there, and yeah. Now since I got all the holes, there's gonna be stuff in the middle because there just is. I'm gonna take this file, I'm just gonna start filing through it and getting all that crap out of there and smoothing it. And after that first part is done, I'm gonna have to go to my second part, which is finding the best bit or nail that can go through the holes and attach the knife part with the handle part. And then the third part is taking a piss. Fourth part, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna have to make up a fourth part later. Now the tricky funny thing here is the tricky funny thing. Come on, man. So and having to adjust the holes to the holes means what I'm trying to say is this process is going to be very difficult because I'm going to have to find very specific screws and bits and whatnot, and it's going to take an hour, and I'm going to cry in the corner for not finding one, and it's a whole process. So we're going to need a screw gun, something to screw screws with, screws, apparently light bulbs. Why are there light bulbs in this? And most importantly, nuts. I'm going to start smoothing this whole handle and the inside slot. I'm just waiting to look at my camera and see like a demon behind me and then freak out, and then the camera just goes gray and I die. God, that creeps me out. Like, there's this tree behind me and it looks like a demon, but every time I look, it's like not a demon. Something smells like bitch. Let's not forget, we got to also chop this down so the handle is proportional to the blade size. Woo! And right here, please, is a proportional handle size. Yippee. Now we have to go back to smoothing. We have to go back to smoothing this out. Now this is the hardest part. I have to sharpen the blade now. Now the reason why this is hard is because if I mess up, it's over. Good luck to me. That it is a knife now. Look at that, that's pretty sharp. I don't know if it can cut things yet. Now since our blade is pretty much done, we can get to the last part of the project, which is putting this in here and putting those screws in here. Oh, there's a mosquito on my arm and it just sucked all my blood. I'm gonna die now. Let's get to that last part, shall we? Now, it only took me 5 decades to finally find all the microscopic bolts you have to use. Now, the fun part is putting it together like a Lego set. Now, since this is a little skinnier than this hole, just to make sure this is in place and that all the holes in here are sealed, we're gonna fill it with Gorilla Glue. Okay, problem I just found out right now. These are a little too long. And so what that means is that it's gonna have a little ding-a-ling ding-dong hanging out the other side. So basically what that also means is that I need to chop this down a little bit so that it doesn't look like it has 3 titties. So the blade is pretty much finished doing its thing. There is a few problems. First of all, this screw right here is really loose. Second of all, this screw is different from these 2 other screws. Third of all, there's literally a hole right here for no reason. Also, I put a lot of glue on here. It's kind of ugly as hell, but that's fine. This doesn't have a guard, so you might cut yourself when fighting someone else with a knife, but that's fine. There's also no grip. That's also fine. And the last problem is that it's not even sharp. Like, dog. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna sharpen the blade and then we'll be finished. And boomy, I just made a knife. It's probably not as sharp as I can get it. I can probably get it sharper, but I refuse to because I don't have a piece of leather to sharpen it on, and I do. I'm lazy, that's it. All that matters is that I made a knife, and it works. It's durable, it can probably cut things. I don't know if it can, because I haven't tried yet, and I refuse to try. Here's a few things to let you know. First of all, you probably shouldn't use a random rusty blade to, make a knife out of, or a random piece of wood, because first of all, I am not in frame of my camera. First of all, this is a random piece of wood that is probably, like, really, like foamy, or just, it's not a strong piece of wood. That's what I'm trying to say. This could probably break if I strike something hard enough, and this blade could probably dull faster than my jokes. Overall, the pieces I used to make this knife were really crappy. That's why I say this is a crappy blade, because I really don't know how to make stuff really good. If you're here to learn how to make a knife, don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing. But if you did, congratulations, you made a crappy knife. And it probably works. I don't know if it does, because I haven't tried it. So I just tested the knife, and it actually is sharp. That's the video, I guess. I made a knife. After making this knife from the video, go stab the subscribe button, and, you know, what am I talking about? That's why your mom is gay, because she is my mom. Or... That's how you make a knife. Again, I don't know. I'm just making extra footage.